All right. Hello and welcome to our Monday night call. It is the second time that we've met this month. Can you believe it that it's already next time we talk will be March? Crazy. Got a frisky little kitten that just loves to be part of the calls. We probably haven't introduced ourselves in a really long time, Jennifer, because we just kind of go into it right away. And I thought there's a lot of new people maybe starting or haven't maybe come to the call before. So I'm Ann Scott, which even though it says I'm Katie, I sign in as her. So Ann Scott, Supercharge Director from Minnesota. And Miss Jennifer, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm Jennifer Crowder, and I am from Springfield, Illinois. And Anne and I just have always been like BFFs in the Scentsy world. And so we just started doing these calls years and years ago together with Jerry Franz. But Jerry is no longer with Scentsy, so we've just kept up. And so we're always excited to join you guys and form community here in our little group, and always hopeful that others will join us. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, and if you're listening to us recorded, let us know in the comments, because sometimes this time slot doesn't work for everybody. So we do meet on the first and the third Monday at 8:30 Central. So tonight we kind of want to hear from everyone, really. Now we have the new catalog that just started February 1. And how is it going? How are you selling it? What are some tips that you found that are working well for you? And then we are kind of thinking about different ways to get PRV. Obviously a party is the best way to get PRV, right? But if we think of PRV and how do we get it every single month, and how do we grow every single month from just our regular customers, how do we keep increasing our PRV? There's a few of us on this call and other directors within Scentsy that are going to start a accelerated leadership program, and we've got a really big goal for the next 6 weeks. So I think this goes hand in hand because we need to sell $3,000 in PRV in the next 6 weeks, and it's like, whoo, that's a big chunk. But if we break it down and if we have certain things set up that we can always consistently get PRV, then that helps us with our challenge. So I know Courtney had some ideas and she needed to get off sooner than later. So Courtney, do you want to kick off with some of your ideas?
Sure. I guess one thing that's been working for me lately is doing mystery bags. So I did Valentine's mystery bags, and I just posted a picture. I think even there was a flyer that was made and it had different names kind of for Valentine's things. So there was Frog Prince bag and XOXO chocolate bag, blah, 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 blah. And then I did, I just posted it and said, let me know if you're interested. I did do ones for the holidays. So I had kind of a group of people that had already gotten bags for the holidays. So they knew how awesome they were. And so I kind of hyped it up on my business page. And then what I did, obviously, I said message me for info. So I gave them the price in a private message, because I took the hostess rewards and I got little extras and sprinkled them into the mystery bags too for the people. So it was a little bit more than your normal retail value. So you have to, since that's a personal special, you need to private message people to tell them those things. So mystery bags have been really good for me. What else? 10 bar special, that's another way. So if you haven't done that in a while, it's really great idea with the new releases that can always kind of boost PRV up. maybe Kate will talk about her crates that she's been doing, because I'll let her talk about that, but that's another way that you can boost PRV. And then one thing, so keep thinking about kind of the holidays or things that are coming up. Easter is kind of around the corner. It's like beginning of April. So I've seen some people pushing already, like the Bailey the Bunny new buddies. So you could do something like that. And I think some people in the past have even done like and with the local people, they'll take Easter eggs and go put them out with like the bunny, like a little package on their door, and they'll go sprinkle some cute little like Easter eggs outside their house too. So just an added bonus maybe. But so the bunny is something to do St. Patrick's Day. So I saw this idea, I can't take credit for it, but they had like a mini warmer, and it was either the gold glitter or the gold mini warmer, and then a 6-pack of wax, and it was in the shape of a rainbow. And then on the end, they had cotton cleanups for like Scentsy cleanups. And I haven't really pushed cotton cleanups yet. So I think that's something I'm going to do. And you can kind of push them as like bundles, right? And something to, I hope I'm not taking everybody's like things they're going to talk about, but another thing, you can always do a challenge, right? So you don't technically have to have somebody else challenge you to do a challenge, but you can post about it in your groups or on your page and just say, I've been challenged to sell, find homes for X amount of whiff boxes. Or so take like your PRV goal that you have. If it's 3,000 in 6 weeks, what is that? I'm horrible with math, 500 a week or something. So then cut that down and say, okay, how many whiff boxes do I need to sell this week, and how many, bars of wax type of thing. And you can say, I've been challenged to do this, right? So those are all some ideas that I like to kind of keep in my back pocket and reach in and find something if I need a little boost.
Great ideas.
Awesome. Yeah.
Maybe
So-
something else will sprinkle in my head as everyone else is talking, but those are just some right off the top of it. So.
And I think, Courtney, you hit it so like right on the head, is like, if you know how much you want to sell in PRV, then break it down per week or per day. My mom,
I'm thinking the same thing.
yeah, my mom has been in Mary Kay for almost half of my life, more than. And they talk about like $100 days, like, really focusing on a day, like her group or her director focuses on this, like a day that, that's their goal, is to do $100 a day. And then if they, have quite a few of those, that helps with their commission, right? And same with us, but just focusing on a smaller chunk doesn't make it seem like, oh my gosh, $3,000 in 6 weeks. How am I ever going to get that done? Well, like you said, that's, if I have 5 parties and they're each, an average party is 500, well, that knocks out a big chunk of it, right? Or if you have the whiff boxes or the crates, or, you do your own mystery bags. Going back to your mystery bags, how much do you charge for your bags?
So I usually do about $20 to $25, because I find that people are more willing to get them when they're lower priced than a higher one. But then, so like with this, with the kind of St. Patrick's Day one that I'm thinking, like that bundle, like you can do it where you're like, okay, if you just want the wax part of it, it's 30. If you want wax and a warmer, it's, or, if you want to add a mini warmer in, it's going to be X amount of dollars. So you could do a mystery bag where it's, okay, I've got $25 mystery bags, and I've got $50 mystery bags. And then in those ones, you can do, a higher priced item type of thing. So, but yeah, I think I did, was it 10 or 12 bags, maybe at $20 to $25. So, yeah, it really is what you want to do, what you want to make out of it. Maybe 30 is like that sweet spot, but I find that a lot of my customers like the lower priced ones.
Very cool. I think
And it's also good too if you have people that you want them to try different things, because in a mystery bag you can control what you put in there. So I've put in samples of like washer whiffs and of, you know, different things inside the mystery bag as little extras. And then you know, you can, if somebody's like talked about maybe using a counter clean before, but they've never really purchased it on their own, like maybe that's something that you throw in the bag for them. So then they get hooked on it, right? And you can be like, boom. So that's what I like to do. I kind of keep in mind my customers like faves, and I'll get them things that are close to it, but different, so that they can try it out and broaden it out that way too.
my cat just hit my computer screen and I can't.
I was just gonna say, you guys almost made me feel like I need a cat. Not really, but
There you go. Oh boy.
I'm allergic.
We've been gone since Thursday and this one just we can't shake her. Like she's just, hello, you're here, you're home. Thank you for coming back. Well, thanks, Courtney. You had a ton of
Yeah, that's
ideas.
great.
I wrote down a bunch. Because yeah, you think of like the major holidays, but like even St. Patrick's Day, like that's a great idea. And thinking ahead to Easter is not a bad idea, because you don't want to wait until it's too late and then it's hard to get in, or your shipment doesn't come up.
That bunny is too cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
afraid it's gonna sell out.
Totally. And one other thing too, I'll just throw in there. I didn't get any bites from this, but it doesn't hurt to put it out there every once in a while. But if you can find or know of realtors at all, like if you can sell them on the like Bless This Home warmer, the letterboard warmer, a mini warmer, and a bar of wax, like you can do bundles for their thank you gifts that, you know, they give to their clients. And like that's a big PRV boost right there too, if especially if they like are going to come back to you as well, because they like what you put together for them or whatnot. Like it's pretty sweet.
And having it packaged, that was one of the things on my list, is the realtors, but having it packaged like cute, so that they don't have to touch it. Like they literally just have to take it from their office to the house and boom, they're done. So
Definitely.
yes. And even like the fragrance flowers, like that's a great like just a gift for realtors too, that they can give out. Maybe it's for you know, just a conversation, you know, like there's different types of touch points that realtors have, but finding a realtor that will stick with you is fantastic. Cool. Anybody else want to go?
You want us to jump in anytime, Ann?
Perfect. Yep.
I know Courtney, she mentioned that I do the whiff boxes, or I call them Kate's Crate Box. And I really like those. I've sold 15 of the boxes this month, but which is decent. But if you're going to do a box, I think what you want to do is you want to have fun with it. Because there's so many times where you look at people's whiff boxes and you're like, I want to do that one, and I want to do this one, and I want to do this one. And then it becomes a pain in the butt and you don't want to do it. And you're like, I don't even want to put these boxes together, and I just don't even want to advertise it. So this month I came up with Dreaming of Paradise, because everyone is like, I'm in Montana, so I'm stuck in snow and it's cold, and I just want palm trees, aqua blue waters, and sand between my toes. So that's what I did, was Dreaming of Paradise. And I sold a lot more because I had a lot more fun with it. So you don't always have to follow everybody's theme. And I know it's kind of easy. Like you could do a Valentine's Day box, or, you know, like a St. Patrick's box, but I like to kind of think off of the cuff type things. So I like the whiff boxes. I think samples, making samples and handing those out. So get the scent and or get the scent of the month and make samples and hand them out. You know, like don't let them sit on your desk, get them handed out, because I have more customers be like, Kate, I need that scent of the month. You know, like I'll hand them the brochure and they're like, I need that scent. Just, do you have it? And I'm like, calm down. Yes, I do have it, you know, type of thing. Another thing is to always have an open party, because you can claim those the free and half price items. And then you can, you know, collect some inventory. Now you don't have to have inventory, but then your customers will be like, hey, you know, do you got that very snowy spruce bar? And, you know, you can pee on and be like, hey, yeah, I have that bar. And it's just that instant gratification for your customer. And then they can, they'll be like, hey, do you have this? Or hey, do you have that? Yes, it has to be PM because we can't post our inventory on social media. But that's just another great way. It's just, it's just that quick PRV, and then you can turn around and get something new. Like, that's what I do with my customers is they're like, hey, do you have this? Do you have this warmer? Yep. Sell it. I collect the money, and then I can enter it in for a part, into that party. And then I'm getting the new spring, summer stuff. So that's another way that I like to do things. I made a list here. Courtney, you had a good idea with the bless this home warmer, because I just had a realtor reach out to me today, so I had to write that down. I'm gonna get in touch with her. And now, like the Visley thing, that's kind of new. I don't know if you guys know about the Visley thing, but if you're not on Visley, it's so easy. Like half the time I feel guilty because like you set it up, and it's like, oh my God, I didn't even post in that group. And it's like, wait, it's already doing it by itself. It's already doing it itself. So it's weird, but so like all of a sudden you get these people commenting and you're like, oh yeah, so I can just go in there and comment, like all the posts are all set and ready to go. And then pretty soon you're getting these online orders. And so now there's a 30-minute, or they call it the rapid Visley one. You get a code, and if you guys need the code, I can surely give it to you guys, but you put that code in, you change it to your personal information, and boom, it's 30 minutes and you don't have to do a thing except for maybe reply back to some comments that people make. So, and that's just, I was thinking about that today, like how easy is that? Where before it's like, oh crap, I forgot to post on that party. Oh my gosh, I gotta go on there and post on the party. And it stressed me out. And that's the reason why I didn't like doing Facebook parties. And now it's so dang easy. Go to Visley, set it all up, connect it, and boom, I'm done. And it's like, there we go. So now all I have to do is just try to find hosts that will do it. And a 30-minute party, like who doesn't have 30 minutes? Like, even if they're not even there, the people can still join the group and they can still see the post, but like maybe close the party out in 2 days after that, just to give them time to kind of go through. So those are my tips.
And we did a Visley training in this call, maybe November, Rose, do you think? December, November? Did it a while ago. But scroll down in this group and you'll find it, because we gave out codes and we gave out how you do it. And
yeah, maybe Kate, could maybe you post that 30-minute code in that? Okay, that'd be awesome.
Kate, we have a topic in the group. I think. Okay. I'll check.
Okay.
So then you can just tag it right in there.
Yep.
Awesome.
And I made that 30-minute rapid party into a 4-day one, because a person's like, whoa, I kind of wanted to expand it out. So I have both of them, if that makes sense. Because some people, and then there's a week-long one, but I have to get the newer pictures uploaded on that one. But I think there's a Visley group on Facebook. And so I'm not in that group, but I'm assuming that there's codes out there too that you can jump on.
There's so much out there right now.
Yeah. A little bit
overwhelming. Yeah, way overwhelming. Like, where do you start? So yeah, if you're watching this past recorded and you are like, hey, I need a code, reach out to your director, to your superstar director, to your star director, or someone, or anyone that's on this group that is talking about it. Like, we'll help you get a code that will work good for you. Because if we post a bunch, it's just too overwhelming, I feel like. And then you're like, because Kate gave me 3 today, and I'm like, which one do you use? Like, oh no. But I was also able to give my host 3 different options. I said, you can pick 1, 2, or 3. Like, which option do you want?
Yep.
And I can customize it to her liking, which is awesome.
And to follow off of what Ann's saying is like, don't look at all those codes, or don't look at how everyone's making these samples, or don't look at like, oh, Susie sold $1,500 today and get overwhelmed, because then you're not going to like me. I get overwhelmed. I don't want to do anything. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I suck, like that kind of thing. So you got to stay in your lane, put your blinders on, stay in your lane, and do what you can do. And, so if your goal is to get $500 in 1 month, bump it up to 700 then, if you're comfortably getting that $500. So I know that's not an income producing activity, but I mean, it's just actually technically in the long run, it would be because you know how many times I sit there and I scroll Facebook. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm working. I'm like, Katie, no, you're not. Get off Facebook. You know, like yeah, it's horrible some days.
Yeah.
So I have to make my to-do list.
Yeah, I'll get
So
this.
I was just thinking about, like, as we were talking about, Ann was saying, like, the 3,000 challenge. Like, I think everybody should do that. In our group, I'm just going to put out a challenge to our entire group to do that. And I know that it sounds crazy and it sounds like a huge goal, but if you break it down, it's not really that bad. Like Ann was saying, think about 6 weeks. Breaking that down, it's 500 a week. If you did 2 parties a week, that's two $250 parties in a week. And then if you go back to like the basics of that list of 100 people that you know, like don't fail to go back to the basics and like think about, just start calling people for parties. And those, like doing those things are the way that we all like reach those big goals. So, I was like even if you just Google like Scentsy PRV, if you just Google that, you can find all kinds of different ideas. There's lists that I think we've probably posted it in this group. I'll go back and check. But like 50 ways to get 200 PRV. There's loads of ideas. Also check out YouTube because we all know that on YouTube there are tons of different people with different trainings on having high PRV. So I love the realtor thing too, you guys.
Go ahead, Jen.
I was just gonna say, I love that Courtney, like I had seen that rainbow thing, but I didn't really like even relate it to St. Patrick's Day. So that's super, super cute.
Yeah, or even I've seen the ones you probably all have too, but they're a 6-pack of wax with a thing of Skittles tied to the top of them. So you can do that for like local orders too. And it's just that little bit of touch that I think gets people like, ooh, candy, like I'll take some, But yeah, just a little touch of that. And like cotton cleanups for the little clouds at the end of the rainbow. I was like, it's genius. Cause I mean, I haven't talked to my customers about it yet. And that's just something else to add on. So
something that I did see that I want to like warn everybody about is that like I saw somebody doing that special for like an undercut price.
I did, yeah, I saw that too. You have to either put the retail pricing on there or say contact me for information, right? Because you don't want to be out of compliance.
Right.
And you can't use Skittles brand because that is someone else's brand. So you can chase the rainbow, but not use the actual
The wording or
branding name of another right, which is a little tricky, but there's ways around it. Like chase the rainbow or, just a rainbow or brighten your day package or.
Are you just saying like in your wording, Ann?
Yep. And you really shouldn't be using the Skittles logo in your, like there was a bunch of pictures around that had a box that had Skittles, like the actual logo of the actual Skittles.
Okay.
You can't use that either.
I think I saw like the Skittle bags and I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
So good to remember.
And you could just put them in like a clear cellophane bag or something and tie it on to, something like that too. Even like Lucky Charms cereal, that's something if you do mystery bags, you can just put, a little baggie of that next to it, like little gold coins that they have, or Rolos. I did last year, actually, I had like little cauldrons from the dollar store. I think they have them out for St. Patrick's Day. And I put little Rolos in it with like a scent circle and wrapped it up in a little bag, so something to do with that.
I know this may be a little tedious, but what I did also is if you go into your orders and your history tab, and I put in the dates from January 1st, 2020 to December 2020, and I looked at and I scrolled through and I saw all these people that ordered, And I've noticed a lot of them that I haven't followed up with. Either I've never followed up with them or I barely followed up with them. So I wrote down their names and I'm gonna follow up with them
Yes.
too, because it's like, holy crap, like some of them put in great orders and I didn't even follow up with them. So I'm like, that's failure on my end. So that's another thing that I'm gonna do.
I did that today too. So great minds think alike. But one thing I put in the comments, I don't know if it shows in the recording, but remember to check on your links in your newsletter to see who's clicking on stuff. You can do that right when you go and do your newsletter. But I love looking at that every month. And then you can like see
Oh, she always
where
phrases.
people are going. So people, I know a bunch of people clicked like, do you, what?
You
Did I take
froze.
yours?
No, you froze.
Oh,
But you're
okay,
good. You're good now. Keep going. It's always at that
Shoot.
like half an hour mark. So keep
Okay.
going.
Okay. Shoot. I know it always happens. Anyway, so you can yeah, so you can go and click like see who clicked view my catalog, or if they were clicking on various links in there, like reach out to them and follow up if they didn't put an order through. It means they're interested, they're looking at what you have to offer. So maybe they just need you to send them a note and be like, hey, how's it going? You know, check in, follow up. You could also, you know, start to send those people if you're overwhelmed with who you have to follow up with. Start with that list and send them, you know, the send to the month flyers and things like that. But then at least you have a group of people that you know are interested because they're opening your email and they're clicking on things. So
And another way for people to see or view your catalog is, you know, we have that electronic catalog. So if you go to your PWS, scroll to the very bottom, you have that electronic catalog. So you don't have to send it out in the mail. But you could, you know, post on your Scentsy page or Facebook page and be like, hey, who wants to see the catalog? I have an and it's so neat because they got the little plus symbol in there. So they could just add stuff right there to the cart. It's bada boom, bada bang. So that's another, just so they can see the catalog. It's like flipping. Well, what is it? You scroll up or does it flip? I don't know.
you can flip, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's pretty handy too. So, you know, because I am sending out a lot of catalogs, but I think it's great to have that electronic catalog so they can see it.
And go into your Amy if you use it and add that link so it automatically is in there for right now, you know, for the next 2 months or so, because it's new and because people are maybe ordering, you know, out of the new catalog, maybe they haven't seen it. One thing I like to do on mine business page is when I do get a new catalog is I like to play the game of like pick a number between page 1 and this one is 65. And then I get people to comment. So they'll say like page 4. And then I take a picture, like an actual snapshot of page 4, and I post it. And then I say, what do you like on this page? And then it just keeps going. It's great to get people to be able to comment too. I mean, it's old school and I'm not giving them the whole link right away, but it increases my comments on my page. So that's just a fun little way to kind of get people to comment on your page.
These dang dogs back here are just, they're playing. Sorry, so I'm screaming at my dogs. I'm sorry, I can think of a 16 gazillion things to do to boost your PRV. Another thing too is I've been posting the brand new warmers. So I post those with my Scentsy customers. I say, yay or nay, what do you guys think? And people are like, oh, it's not for me, or oh, I love it. And just today I posted the Fabulous Feathers warmer and I have an order for it because, well, they would have never seen it until I post it, and then who knows if she, and so that's another thing. Like I like the opinions of my customers too.
Right, because you could even do like I put down this or that pictures. And
Mhm.
I'll share some after the call that I have in my phone saved or whatever, but so that they can see, but then they're commenting one way or the other. Just like you said, yay or nay, it's getting them to pick one.
Yep.
But then spotlight all the new stuff that we had out of our catalog. Or like watermelon tangerine, like that, we had that last summer, right? Like go back in your customer reports and see who ordered it. If anyone ordered it, then say, hey, look at all the stuff that it comes in now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many ways to get PRV.
And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of And then like even the scent more of the month, if you guys can budget it and you guys can get it, I highly suggest doing it and then going live. Smell that scent in front of your customers and tell them, you know, like, I'll be honest with you, there's times I'm like, it's so good. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, oh, it's so good, you know, but like, I'll be honest, Mom, like, you know, it's not my style, but this is what it smells like. And they appreciate the honesty, but like, go live, show them, you know, say, oh yeah, this warmer, you know, it has a sticky side because this was once a jar, and you know, like go on and like talk, you know, like what does it feel like? What does it look like? And I've had a lot of orders just doing that, just showing them. And then have your spouses go on because apparently it makes it better too.
Hey, that's the same thing with like the new scents too.
Yep.
Just going live and sharing the new scents. I was just thinking about that too. Last night, I was Coastal Sunset and
You know what? That's a good idea. Okay.
Sand Swept. I was like, those two smell so amazing. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, because I really haven't sat down and sniffed all the new ones even.
I love them. And you know what? I haven't done that yet, Jennifer. So, and I just wrote that down. Like, I need to do that. So I think what I'll do is they like it when Scott jumps on and we talk about scents because we're so opposite. It's just, and so we're like half the time we're like, no, come on. You know, it's like, oh, come on.
Right.
You know, like we're just being us. What?
Have your kids smell with you?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm trying to do more lives, and like I did a live, what was it? I forgot what it was. I don't know. If I think about it, I'll let you guys know.
And when you're smelling them, just a little tip, give the location of where people would warm that scent. If it is a kitchen scent, if it's a bathroom scent, if it's an all over, you know, like obviously you don't want cinnamon in a bathroom, but like this is a great kitchen scent, or, you know, like give them the idea of where to put it, because then they're going to go around their house and they're like, oh, I always put the same scent in my bathroom and da, 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 da. Like, no, you want different scents, girlfriend, because that gives you higher PRV, right? Like, let them explore that, like think about the different areas of their house that they would have.
Something too, Anne, that like last night as I was sniffing those two scents, I was thinking about like wanting to be back in Miami on vacation. Like, and when we walked into our hotel, like it smelled so good in the lobby. And you know, when you're like at a hotel like that and you just have that memory, like I smelled those two fragrances and I was like, these are great because they just kind of like reminded me of like a hotel lobby smell, that just like that fresh and like sweet smell. So even like relating it to stuff like that.
And it tells a story, just like World Tour, right? Kendra Hall, like telling a story about the scent. What does it mean to you when you smell it? Like that is the best, because then they're like, oh, I want it. Yes. I just had down car dealerships too. Scent circles. Like going in for service. Talk to the person in finance. Talk to the sales reps. You never know. Just something different, right? Because sometimes, you know, it's a $3 thing, and then figure out like, okay, if you order 200, how many will you get? You know, 200 in sales, how many free ones will you get? Or if, you know, two salesmen want to combine and do a little party, whatever. But just to get them to be, you know, differentiate themselves from a different car dealership.
I know that you guys were talking about realtors when I hopped on, but a really good place to go to are all your apartment complexes and going into the lobby, because a lot of times we have to do monthly marketing calendars. So we have to actually come up with ideas for the next so many months for resident events, and they'll gladly fill in a day on the calendar for somebody who wants to come in and set up. So you can set up in the lobby, and then they'll send out your information to all the residents to let them know you can either come down and sniff, or here's the website. So if you already have that kind of stuff set up, and then let the girls know in the office that they can benefit from the hosting, then that also gets them into thinking, well, if you sign up, then you can do your own welcome home gifts to all of your new residents, and then you could be the one providing these events. So that's why I started Scentsy, was because I wanted it for my residents, and now look at me.
That's cool. What a cool
Hey.
story.
Today I went and I had to get my oil changed in my car, and I came back to pick it up and they were like, "Is your car the black one? Does it smell really good?" And I just started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, that would be mine." They were like, "The guy working on your car just was like, man, it smells really good in this car."
What do you have in the car?
I don't even know what scent I have in there right now. Probably like sun-kissed citrus or something. But I have a scent circle, a car bar, and the little clips. So
I remember what I did. I did a video on the Squeeze the Day counter clean and how obsessed I am with the smell. And I sold a bundle of it. And that's what made me think of it, Jen, when you said that. Because I was like, I need to put Squeeze the Day pods in my car because I think that would smell really good. Or cocoa lime.
hey, did you see that? Like the car bundle, the $31. It was the mini fan, and then pods and a car bar for 31. Like I posted that in our group page, and I posted it, and I sold several packs of those.
Really?
Is there a graphic for it, Jennifer? Do you have, or what do you?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll post
You
it.
post
after
it,
we
yeah.
talk. Yeah, it was like I think the picture might be Stacy Behringer's picture, but then Hannah Hall took it and she like listed all the pod fragrances. So all the scents that you could do the bundle with. And it like I sold several of them just like that. So
Yeah, no, that's a good idea because everyone wants their car to smell good.
yeah. And I love those little mini fans. I think everybody should have those in their vehicles. I'm a big fan of those.
And even at shows, when you put those little mini fans together with a set of pods, I kind of place them right next to each other. And they're like, well, what is this? I'm like, together, it's just $25 right here. And in instant fragrance, they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I've sold so many of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
Well, and,
So do I.
like the safety factor of it, like no wax, like you can have it anywhere, it can travel,
No spills.
no spills. I take like a full fan diffuser. I took it this weekend. I put it in my hotel room. Like that thing is just basically in my luggage bag, but I should just do a mini fan because it's so much smaller. But
So when I travel, I always take I used to take a plug-in, but this time I took a mini fan diffuser and the wall one. And I always like when I take something like that, I always give it away because I don't want to pack it home again. So the morning that we left, I just took it to the front desk, and it was a guy. And I was like, hey, this is Scentsy and I sell it. I always bring one to use in my room and then I don't want to take it back. So you can have it. And I gave him like a whole join packet with it. So he was like, oh, thank you. So this time I left the fan over the nightlight. So
Do you guys leave those in the rooms though too? Like where you like leave a note saying, hey, I want you to have this, or is that weird? In a hotel room.
I
like
thought
a-
about doing that, but sometimes the people at a hotel, like you have to leave a note. That's a good point.
Yep.
Because they have to have proof that they didn't like steal it.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't leave my fan diffuser, but I left a packet of like goodies and samples and stuff today. And both, yeah, we stayed in Des Moines, Iowa last night, and I left one there. And then in Tulsa, we left a little bit bigger package because we were there for 3 nights. But now they don't clean in between your stays. So, before I would almost leave one out every night because you could potentially have new people every day cleaning your room. Where this time it's, usually one person that will be in your room at the very end. Like you don't even get to see anybody. But how the world has changed. Isn't this just crazy? Like
It is.
one hotel, we had 2 towels. I'm like, we're here for 4 nights, like 2 towels. That's not going to work for us. So crazy.
Be like, give me all the towels.
Yeah. Well, there's 4 people in the room and
Right.
they know how many people are in the room, right?
I use 2 towels myself.
I
My
know.
hair and my body.
Yeah. That's what I was.
Yeah.
You have to use this washcloth.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, here's a washcloth, Scott and the boys. Have fun.
Harris could probably do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, does anybody else have good ideas? Hello?
That's Mike, everyone.
Hi, Mike. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Unmute. Unmute. Dora, unmute. She doesn't want to.
She's going.
No telling what he'll say. He had to wave. Say hi.
Actually, all I heard was voices and I didn't know what was going on. But hi.
Hello.
Hi.
We're snow crazy here. We've been stuck in the house all day.
Oh. We just had dinner with Mike and Thora a week and a half ago.
Fun. Cool. All right, you guys. Well, that was jam-packed with good ideas. So if you're watching this recorded and you have an idea, post it underneath in the comments and let us know how you're doing. I think just really focusing now that we have a new catalog, following up, looking back through your orders. We had one girl on my team page today. She was kind of embarrassed about a follow-up that she had done. And there was so many of us that was like, oh, we have totally done that. Like forgot to like send a gift that she said she was going to send or mixed up a bar and then never did it. And then she's like, oh, she just remembered because she followed up. And it's like, yes, we're all human and we all make mistakes. And if you feel like you're going to come across like that you don't care or anything like that, like her outcome was really good. Like the customer was really appreciative. Like she said like, oh, it's no big deal, and then I chimed in, Kate chimed in, Courtney chimed in, like everyone was like, oh, I've done that. So if you feel like you haven't followed up because you feel like you just are overwhelmed with it, or you feel like you've maybe messed up somewhere, just start with a few people and then go. Just starting the motion will make things happen. So just get that big snowball going, because basically everybody in the US has snow around the ground right now, I feel like. So get that ball rolling and get some PRV going. Anything else, Jen? 3,000.
Nope. I think that was fun. Lots of info.
Yes, I know. I got notes. Notes. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for joining live or recorded. We appreciate you. We think you're doing awesome. Our sales are still rocking and growth is still happening. So keep talking about recruiting and hosting and buying.
And the new spring summer incentive starts March 1st. So
Whoop, whoop. It's going to come quick. Oh my gosh, it's going to be here before we know it.
Yep.
All right.
everyone.
Thank you.